Okay, it is finally time to announce the winner of our bike giveaway. The day is finally here. And so basically, I'm going to generate a random number here on Google, and we're going to find out who the lucky winner is.
Okay. Go for it. Oh. 4843.
Okay.
So we're going to see who that is right now?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Liam, we need a witness.
No way.
Who is it?
It paid off. Okay, so William Hoke, I believe that's how you say your last name, he placed the largest single order and it paid off.
No way.
It paid off.
So you could win even if you bought a sticker, right? But obviously if you buy more things, then you're more likely to win, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and it paid off for him.
It paid off big time.
Okay.
That's crazy. So we tried reaching out to the winner last night and haven't heard anything back. We were really hoping to call him so that way you guys would know who the bike was going to. So William, if you're watching this, hit me back up through email and we're gonna get that bike
Here's your
on
bike,
its
bro.
way to you.
Here's your bike. Where you at? You won't answer your email.
But today I'm so excited for this video because today we are going to attempt to fire up my 348 Chevy here. If you guys remember, I'm building my 56 Chevy into somewhat of like a street gasser kind of thing. And we have the engine ready to go on the run stand. And I also got a major piece of the build that just showed up. So we'll show you guys that in just a bit. But for now, let's get this on the stand.
Okay, well, I got it all tightened up. I think we're ready for liftoff. Keep going. All right, right there. Right there. Okay, now we can take these off. What is that, 9/16? I have it. You have a 9/16? Okay, cool. Perfect.
Cool.
Boys, ready.
William's ready to go. I'm seriously so excited. You have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, this is a build that's definitely in the future. Like, this isn't something we're going to be...
It's not going in the car anytime soon, but I just want to know that the engine's good and that it'll run.
We're pre-planning here our build.
Yeah, basically just collecting parts because it's best to have everything and then put it all in.
Yeah. And then for those of you who don't know, this is going in her 56 Chevy Bel Air, which is sitting right outside that white car. So she wants to put a W motor in there for some reason. And that's what she's going to get. She wants a W motor, that's what she's going to get.
Pulling the LS out to put this boat anchor in.
Yeah, we're de-LS swapping the car. The car has a perfectly good running LS motor in there, very efficient motor, and we're pulling it out to put this in.
This is gonna be a good motor though.
I'm sure it will be. Okay. The bell housing is the same as the small block Chevy, you said?
Yeah, and a big block.
So the small block Chevy and the big block Chevy use the same bolt pattern?
That's what I understand.
Interesting. So we just pulled off a Pontiac 400 motor on there. I wonder if the brackets will line up on the back of this engine.
Maybe.
You guys don't like electric tools?
No, this is
No?
old school.
You going old school with this?
This is
for the whole build or just for this part?
Well, I also need a 220-volt welder and a plasma cutter, so I guess
Just for this part.
just for this part.
So what's the deal with this motor? Where'd you get it?
Where did I get it?
Yeah.
Our good buddy Josh had a customer with like an all original 1958 Impala. And so this was the 348 that came out of it. And what's funny is that guy is going LS with his Impala. And then I'm taking my 56 that already has an LS and putting his 348 in it. So it just shows you like, you know, people want different things, and I already have an LS in my Pontiac, so I'm kind of like been there, done that. So time for something different. This is easily like the weirdest engine I've ever dealt with. It's my first W engine. How about you?
Yeah, mine too. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. I've never worked on anything like this.
That's cool. I can't wait to eventually like pull the heads off and see. If you guys don't know anything about these W engines from Chevy, they're really like different, where the combustion chamber is not in the cylinder head. So the cylinder head is flat and the combustion chamber is basically your cylinder. It's like built into it. So it's really bizarre, and because of that, the pistons are humongous and heavy. So we'll see. We'll get into that later, but
damn, you're really selling me on this thing.
I don't know about that, but just they're cool. They're different.
And what's the deal with this intake manifold? This doesn't look stock.
No, it's a performer. But basically the situation is this. The guy who rebuilt this engine says that it's a complete stock rebuild using all stock components. But what tripped me up a little bit is that, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe Edelbrock ever made an intake manifold for factory 348 heads. So basically what I'm saying is I think these are 409 heads. And the only way we can tell is when we pop the valve cover and run that casting number. So I think these are slightly better flowing heads, not amazing, but.
So you're saying this Edelbrock intake would not work if it was a 348 motor?
I believe so from what I've read. And like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm very new at this.
So after we start it up, if everything goes well, we can pop off the valve cover and we'll see if these are actually 409 heads on a 348.
I'd like to, I hope they are.
And they're assuming a much better flowing head?
I don't know much better. There's a bunch of different versions, but this could be slightly better.
I like that.
Slightly better. Okay, we got our custom dipstick right here, which is just some filler rod because I didn't realize I don't even have a dipstick. Okay. It's like up to here. Okay.
It's got oil?
I mean, it's got.
Did you go all the way down to the bottom?
Yeah, I touched the bottom, but.
Doesn't look like a whole lot of oil then to me, because if you see, so that means it only has like 2 or 3 inches of oil from the bottom, so it's like filled up to here, which I feel like should be filled up to here.
I think we should just dump this oil out to see how much comes out, and then we can always like...
Just add more?
So I literally bought this engine just because of the fill, because I like how easy it is to just pour this in.
All about the looks.
Duke has one, and it's so good.
It is cool. And it's easy to fill up.
And then I don't even care if this thing leaks oil, because then I can just keep adding it. It's like self-changing. Okay, so we got the starter in, we got the battery hooked up, and now I'm gonna be pulling the first spark plug because we have to get that distributor popped in and set correctly. So that is...
That's number 1?
That's a lot bigger than I thought.
Oh, it's a 5/8. Or sorry, a 3/4?
3/4.
What is it?
A 13/16.
Okay, it's been a long time since I used that size for a spark plug. I know the Fords use that size. It won't fit.
What? Or is there...
There you go.
Oh, there. Okay. It's not off. Okay. Ooh, how does this look?
Dang, this thing was running really rich, huh?
Must have been. Apparently it was, he ran it for like 50 miles with the, what's that one called? The Holly Sniper.
Oh.
And they couldn't get it to run right. So that could be evidence right there.
We hear that a lot about those things, huh?
Yeah, he had this thing like fuel injected, so. Okay, so Liam's getting that camera set up, but I wanted to quickly bring up two things before we get too deep into this engine. Firstly, the C10. So, of course, we want to be working on it, but we're waiting on parts. So we have some suspension stuff on the way, we have some engine stuff on the way, so it's just a matter of what shows up first, and then we're gonna get back on that truck. Also ordering sheet metal for it, and also we're gonna be picking the winner for the Guess the Weight contest for Duke, so stick around to the end of the video and we're gonna share who won that contest.
Here we go.
I'm so excited.
Turn the brightness up. Oh, that looks decent.
What if we just found like a chipped piston?
Oh yeah, that looks good.
That looks brand new.
I mean, he did say this thing was newly rebuilt.
And he says it only has 50 miles on it, so.
Oh yeah, look at that. See that crosshatch there?
Yeah.
That's a lot better than the crosshatch that we found in the C10, right?
It wasn't even crosshatch. That was just like someone took a rock.
There we go.
Cool. Oh.
All right, looks good in this one.
You know what I just remembered? How are we gonna turn this thing?
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Liam, come here for a second. Let me show everybody your finger. Okay, this is what happened when Liam smashed his finger when he was working on the C10. So sorry about that, Liam.
He took it all apart for us. And
Oh my gosh. Oh, the new nail's starting to grow out.
Is it the nail?
I think that's the nail, right? That's starting to grow again? Right here?
Jesus.
Ouch.
Ugh, I don't like to look at it for too long.
Okay.
So yeah, this thing doesn't have a little bolt.
We'll have to just turn it by the flywheel on the back.
Okay.
Basically what I'm going to do is turn over the flywheel like this, and then you could put your finger over that hole.
Oh, okay.
And let me know when air pressure is coming out of there. Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay, it's probably on the exhaust stroke then. You feel the pressure?
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so now we just need to, so you look here, there's a white mark. So this could be top dead center once it's lined up with this.
Okay.
And then we'll check here with we'll put something in the hole and figure out we got to figure out the highest point of the piston.
Yeah.
Right?
It's going down.
Okay, it's going down right there. So I'm going to go back the other way. So now what we'll do is we'll just mark our own little mark here, because I think the timing mark, oh, here we go.
Oh, there's Mark.
Here's one right here.
So we just verified it, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. Means we're not crazy.
Yeah. So what we're going to do now is we'll put it about 15 degrees before top dead center, so when we put the distributor in, it should fire up.
Okay.
Last thing you want is it to be too retarded, and then it'll backfire. So let's put this thing in. Oh no, hopefully it doesn't hit the side of the engine stand.
Oh no. It's close.
There it is.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
So now, number one,
So is that pointing?
this will be number one. So we're just gonna draw a line from the center of the rotor to the pointer,
Yep.
and then mark a line right here on the valve cover, Liam, right where that lines up. Okay, that's good enough.
4.
Oh, your friend's here.
Denali.
Denali.
She doesn't give a heck. She's just here for whatever garbage we have.
Denali.
8,
This dog doesn't listen. Denali.
4.
Like, no response when you say her name.
No, she doesn't give a heck.
Denali. You want some food? Huh?
Three. So 1, 8, 4, 3, 6. Something like that.
Okay.
And then, okay, so we are putting on this FST. It's a 750 vacuum secondary carburetor. This is what we use to just get a lot of our engines to just light off. What else do we need?
Oil pressure gauge. It's right here. And it goes right on the side of the block.
Okay.
Here's the plug.
Right there.
We'll have to take that completely out and then figure out what size
Okay.
can go into that.
Okay, Danny is tackling the ignition, and then Liam's over here with bullhorns, I guess. So what's the plan here for the temporary exhaust?
So the idea is, so it's super loud, so you won't be able to hear anything. So just kind of tack this on right here. Just to kind of quiet it down and attempt to hear if anything's wrong with it.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
All right. Are we gonna put a muffler on it, or?
Yeah, we can put the...
We're kind of robbing parts from other builds.
Just kind of slide them on and hope it doesn't blow off.
It's gonna look a little silly, guys, but it's what we're working with because we have these like block huggers, and that's all I got. So.
Let me see that. Liam, let me see that. You're gonna put these on? That's gonna look funny. They're like ram horns. They're not bull horns, they're ram horns. Look at that.
It's gonna look so dumb.
See what you got. Have you ever welded a cast iron? Once. This is cast iron, right?
Yeah. Those things
I
are.
heard it's hard to weld, but we don't know.
No.
Okay.
My worst welds by far, ever.
Your worst welds are still better than my best, so let's see that.
Yeah, don't
Okay.
don't show that.
Okay. We'll keep
Okay,
away.
well, we need to get a little bit more over here. This is some of our worst welding. That looks pretty bad on my part too, so. It's all right, I think it's gonna hold.
It's okay. It's got ram horns now.
It's just temporary.
Check it out, guys. Looks pretty gnarly. You know, a little shape to match my W valve covers.
Hey, we got this symmetric down. It's
Yeah.
symmetric.
This might be my new exhaust design in the car.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next
Fire
we're
it up.
hoping it can hold a muffler, and then from there it's just a few more things. But I also realized I'm missing a mechanical fuel pump, so our fuel system is going to be a little different today. So we're just working with what we got. Honestly, we're not trying to run it for too long. Just need to make sure it has oil pressure and will actually light off. Boom. How does
There.
that look?
I think those will stay. We're not going to be revving it up a lot, so they shouldn't blow off.
They shouldn't just shoot
But,
off.
Yeah, I think that'll do its job of just quieting everything down so we can hear the valve train, making sure we don't hear any unwanted noises.
Yeah. Okay, well, there you guys have it. Temporary exhaust.
We got our manual oil pressure gauge here hooked up, so
Yep, we're just
listening
about
for
to-
sounds and looking for oil pressure.
Yep.
Ooh.
Pressurizing the system. I see fuel, but not yet. Like, there we go.
There's your fuel pump. We'll just do that.
Okay.
Yeah, because this doesn't have a mechanical fuel pump on the motor. We do have an electric fuel pump, but I don't really feel like wiring it up just to let this thing run for just 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's not gonna run for long. Okay, before we fire up my W engine, I wanna show you guys another major piece that I got for my gasser build, which I'm sitting on right here. This is a TIC Performance TKX that just showed up, and I'm so excited to open it. So we got some other components I'll show you in a sec, but for now, I gotta see this thing. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh! Yay!
Wow, that's so small compared to the 6-speed.
Right? Okay, so here it is on the bench. Like I said, this is my TIC Performance TKX. It's a little 5-speed, and for those of you wondering, why did I go this route? Well, initially I really wanted to do a 4-speed, but then I thought about it more, and I think the 4-speed would prevent me from driving the car as much as I really intend on. So by having a 5-speed, I have an overdrive, and so this transmission specifically has a 287 first gear and a 0.68 fifth gear. So that'll be really nice because then I can gear the car a little more aggressively, like a 373 or something, and still be able to cruise it on the freeway. So what I did was I called up TIC, and they actually helped me spec out a little combination here that would work with my W motor. TIC was really helpful. I learned a lot about those engines and how to get all this stuff to kind of work. And basically, here's the little transmission. Another great thing about it is that it requires 0 cutting to the floors because it's just so small. And so basically this will just fit in the factory trans tunnel, no massaging required. So that's that. And then they shipped over this McLeod bell housing, which literally came the day, within 24 hours of ordering this whole kit, this showed up. So this is my bell housing, and basically it's like a small block Chevy style bell housing. Nice and light.
Yeah, it's not SFI approved, but this motor is not going to be spinning that high anyways, right?
No.
These motors don't really like to RPM.
No, they don't.
You should be all right.
I think it'll be okay. Worst case, I'll just get one. But that's the bell housing, and then I got this Ram clutch here, which I'm not gonna open all the way, but you get the point.
Dang, that's a cool box.
Right? Ram clutch, and then another Ram component here. This is my flywheel, and this thing is so ridiculously heavy. It's like, I think close to 40 pounds.
Jeez.
So I'm not gonna open that. But one piece that is, or a couple pieces that are still on the way from TIC, I have their super cool TIC Performance shifter that's gonna go on here, the 6-bolt shifter. And then they're also sending me their hydraulic clutch setup. So all the stuff that I'm gonna need to have this be a hydraulic clutch deal. So I'm really excited. It's my first manual transmission build, like for one of my own personal cars, and I think it's gonna be fun. So I couldn't wait any longer. I just really wanted to show this to you guys because it came in the mail so quickly. I ordered it last week and here it is. So you guys are seeing it for the first time just like us. And now I'm more anxious to hear if that thing is actually gonna fire up. So let's go give it a shot.
I think everything is ready. There's one wire that I have to jump to power, but then after that, this thing should turn on. Let's see if it cranks over, okay?
Okay.
Oh. Wow.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. It runs good. How we have oil pressure? Look,
Got it?
we got 43 pounds of oil pressure. That's good. Backfiring a little bit. Okay, let me turn it off. Disconnect this. Okay. I mean, it sounds pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to hear with like
I can't believe it started that fast. All of our cars start really easily.
it just lit off.
Okay, that's good. There's a little backfire for some reason.
Yeah.
But also we just set the timing, like, we just guessed on the timing, like maybe 20 degrees before top dead center.
Yeah.
So that could be the issue there. But I don't hear any valve train noise, or I don't hear any ticking or knocking or anything like that, right? So that's what's most important. Also, we have 40 PSI of oil pressure,
Okay,
maybe a little bit
good.
more than that. That's plenty for this thing.
I feel like I can breathe a little bit.
At least you know you got a good motor.
Wow, okay.
I mean, it's pretty much, I think it's stock. We'll have to take off these valve covers.
Yeah, I want to
And
pop one of
see.
them off.
Yeah, let's see, because these motors are known for pulling rocker arm studs out because they're just pressed into the heads. So I don't know if whoever rebuilt the motor, if they took care of that issue by threading them into the head.
Yeah,
Or
or-
sometimes people will put pins through them so they don't get pulled out. So I don't know. We want to pull these valve covers off though and kind of look underneath there.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. You want to do it again? Want to start it again?
One more.
Okay, so we'll connect this here. This is power to our coil. And then this is going to our starter. We just do this. Give it a couple whacks there. Okay. Okay, cool. Well, we can't run it for too long because we don't have coolant going through it. I do hear some ticking noises, and I think that's just, there's quite a bit of exhaust leak
I
down
was
there.
just gonna say, I think it's the exhaust, but yeah, basically I was not prepared to do this today. We just kind of wanted to give it a shot, but I need a water pump still, and eventually we're gonna run this thing with like a cooling system. So for now, I'm super curious though. I want to see what heads these are.
Pull off the valve cover.
Okay. What the heck?
It's probably RTV.
Yeah. I was not looking forward to doing this. There's a reason why I didn't just pop these off sooner, because this is just going to be a big old mess.
Well, it looks like they used a lot of RTV there. So it's probably going to be glued on. Oh, is that a gasket, huh?
Yeah.
It's all right, Liam, leave that.
As long as
Yeah.
just the little...
Top ones. Honestly, just leave it. Leave all of it. It's
Oh.
glued on there. It ain't going to come off.
Okay. Let's pull it. Let's try that again. Okay. It's coming. Okay.
There you go.
Here we go. Let's see. What are we dealing with?
Ooh. Well, it looks like oil is getting to the top end. That's a good sign.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see a casting number.
That one?
Or this.
That number there?
Yep, so I don't know what that means, but I have a book that'll tell us what it means. So we will find out what these are. 1 second. Okay, so it would appear that these are 348 heads from 1958 till 1960. So that's kind of interesting because I didn't even know that Edelbrock made anything that would work with these. What do you see in here?
I mean, everything seems decently in place. I think these engines kind of have loud valve train though, because of the way that the push rod comes through the head. Look, it's just being held in its spot. Like, see that?
Yeah, that's it.
I think there's just a lot of moving around in here.
Ooh.
I mean, we can certainly check the lash on a lot of this stuff. Maybe that'll quiet it up a bit, but yeah, it's all there. It works. It's got oil pressure. It's not making any knocking noises or anything unusual, so we're good to go.
Good to go. All right, guys, so that is my 348, and who knows? We're probably just gonna kind of hop it up the way it is, maybe do a cam, or maybe if I can find some cheap enough 409 heads, we'll do something like that and port them. Who knows?
The only thing is, if you do anything radical with the cam, or even semi-radical, like, you have to either put a pin through these here.
Let's see.
Because what happens is these studs get pulled out of the head because of if you have more lift, right, and you have more spring pressure. Then that's more stress on that pin, because that pin is literally just pressed into the head. Now with stock camshaft, stock valve springs, it's fine. But when you start doing anything high performance, then that's going to be an issue. So we would have to pull off the heads in order to do that, because if we have to tap threads into there, there's going to be a lot of metal shavings, right? So then you're into pulling the heads off and into more work. But
who knows? I mean, I'm just stoked it runs right now, so, you know, whatever. It's just factory rebuild. That's all it is. So.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends on how much you want to get into this motor. It can be done. All right, it's time to announce the winner of the Guess the Weight of Duke. Over here we have a three-way tie between Philip Wiseman, 9750, and then Todd Clark, and the Real Uncle Roadkill.
Okay.
So we got a three-way tie. We got their names here. What I'm going to do is crumple these up.
Yep, so for those of you who want to know, the car actually weighed 3,606 pounds, and all these guys guessed 3,600.
Okay.
So they were the closest to without going over.
Yep.
But unfortunately, we only have one speed pack to give away and one last shifter ball left in this color.
This is the only one in this color.
Oh, it's the only one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is our special yellow one. Okay, so it's
only
a
one ever to exist. Liam, come on over here and pick the lucky winner.
The tiki mug. Shout out to Melissa for this mug.
Uh-oh, this boy's got a big hand. Just one. Okay.
Okay. Did you have to do it that tight? Who is it? It is
the Real Uncle Roadkill.
The Real Uncle Roadkill.
All right. So you're getting a gnarly speed pack in the mail. Send us your address, and we'll get this over to you right away.
Yep. Congratulations.
Thank you for playing.
Okay, and so for those of you that didn't win, we have gnarly speed packs available on gnarlyspeedshop.com. And I also wanted to let you guys know that we have a brand new shifter ball that just hit the website. This is our Aqua Sea Glass made by Weisenheimer Hot Rods. And just check this out real quick.
Dang, that looks good.
How gorgeous is that? This might be my favorite color we've ever done.
Yeah, I think it's mine too. Dang, that looks good.
Shoot, I might need one of those for my gasser.
Wow.
So yeah, guys, we have, I don't know exactly how many we have of these, to be honest, but they are on the website right now, so you can get them while you can. But really, that's gonna do it for this week's video. We just wanted to mess around with my engine. My transmission came in, so I was super stoked on that. So thank you to Tick Performance once again for partnering up on this build. And yeah, guys, we will see you next time.